Hi everyone, welcome to the day 21 of our 24-day series of Microsoft Fabric. So in the last video, we saw what kind of transformations we can do in an event stream for the real-time data, the real-time intelligence event stream. This is the last video of the real-time intelligence part of the Microsoft Fabric, and today we are going to create a report, the Power BI report, which will be connecting with the real-time data in the KQL database so that it will give us the real time reports, not as like the data engineering reports, which is giving us what happened yesterday, because this will be a kind of real time connection. So every time it will refresh with new data. Okay. So batch dashboards, as I told you, it will show what happened yesterday. But if you want to monitor activity as it's happening, that's exactly what we are building today, and a real-time Power BI dashboard powered by Fabric. Okay. So the flow will be like uh, we have completed some of the parts of the flow, which is like we have took the sample data, we used the event stream, and we did the filter and transform. Then we have loaded it back to the KQL database. Now the last part is to connect it with Power BI and to create visuals. So Power BI will read directly from the KQL database, so no refresh needed. Okay. So let's open in this. Let me create a one folder. So I'll just name it as reports. So in the reports in the Microsoft Fabric, in the same workspace, what we have to do, we have to select new item, and here we will write Power BI report. Okay. So here you can see visualize data report. Okay. So we are creating the report inside Fabric, so everything stays integrated. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to select our data. So in the get data, I need to select the KQL database. Okay. Now, so data gateways are not required, but I think it's asking me for data gateway. So let me do one thing. Let me quickly install here the gateway, Power BI gateway. Create Power BI report. So I just selected a table. Okay. And here we can see our table, and here only what we can do, we can just quickly create some visuals. Let's say if I want street wise total bikes, first I'll select it as a table visual. Let's make it as area chart, not area chart, sorry. Okay. So here you can see we are able to create visuals directly from the KQL table. And if I save it, save this report and select the workspace and name it as report, just I'll save it. Then we will open that report here. But yeah, this connection is also required. Okay. And what we have to do, we have to just click on sign in and we can directly connect it. The cluster, I think this is the URL. Yeah. Overview. Yeah. So what we can do, we can copy the URL from here. And again, we can paste the URL here. Okay. Then we have to write the name of our database, which is event house underscore practice. So I'll write event house underscore practice. And table name, we can select the table name as the table name is, just a second. It is bicycle transformed. Okay. I'll just copy the name from the rename. I'll go again here. And yeah, so what we did, we need to create a new connection. Again, I'll click on the sign in option. Now I have signed in, so I need to click on next. Okay. So here we have our data, where we have our Power Query editor. If we want to transform it here itself, so that also we can do. We can transform the data. So let's say what we want to do. We don't want to transform. I think we have already transformed it. So just I'll click on the create a report. The report I want it in the report. So the first I need to create a data model. The data model name I will keep it as bike point underscore DSM. SM stands for semantic model. Okay. Now you can see this is creating first the semantic model. Then it will open the report. The semantic model will be a data model where all our tables, metadata will be there, and we can create relationships between the tables, the real-time tables as well. Okay. So this connection will be a kind of direct query connection. Okay. Because direct query will fetch the live data. Okay. Now we have loaded the data in our report, and now what we have to do, now we can create quickly, we can create visuals here. So this is the query. So let's say I want to see total number of bikes as a card. So I just selected the card. So we have total 3.75 million bikes. Okay. I'll just add the border so that we are able to distinguish it between the spaces. Let's add the shadow as well. So we have total 3.75 bikes. So how many streets we are having? So let's change this as well to the count of streets. So how many streets we have? So we have total 12 streets, right? We have total 12 streets. Let's see street wise total number of bikes. So again, I'll click on, again, I'll drag streets. I'll change it to a clustered column chart. And again, I'll drag here in the y-axis total bikes. So now we have street wise total number of bikes. Now let's create a slicer for neighborhood. So as you remember, we only selected two neighborhoods like Mile End and Wandsworth Road in our transformation. So let's make it as a pie chart. So I'll make it as a pie chart with total number of bikes. Okay. Each neighborhood, how many bikes are there? So we can easily see the Mile End is having more number of bikes. Okay. Now what we can do, we can save this report. So again, if we are saving it, we will go to the reports, and here what we have to do, we have to create report name as, so I'll bike point report, I'll name. As of now I don't have any task to assign, so our report is published. Okay, so this is a real-time report. When I showed you both of the methods, we can directly click on create a report from inside KQL database, as well as we can use the query cluster. I was having trouble to find it, the cluster code, but yeah, you can also find it from here. You can see whenever you will click on the data KQL database, in the right side, the database details will open. And here you will see the query URL and ingestion URL. Okay. Yeah. So this is how we can easily connect to a KQL database inside Microsoft Fabric, and we can create a real-time report. And it is showing us the real-time data. No need to refresh it because the connection is direct query. You can do the beautification or the cosmetic changes as per your need. But for me, I have already created multiple videos for Power BI for you guys how to create dashboard and how you can how you can customize it with multiple visuals, how you can align it, how you can create a very good looking dashboard. So I'll not go to that part today. So that's it for today, guys. So we have completed the real time intelligence part of Microsoft Fabric as well. Now the upcoming 3 videos in our 24 days series will be only focusing on a end-to-end project. So the end-to-end project will be we will connect it with first we will load data from a on-premises sources, let's say files or database. Then we will dump the data into the lake house. Then first we will create stage, fact and dimension tables. Then from the stage to mart we will create full incremental load pipelines for mart tables. So in between what we have to do, we have to create 3 layers. Then in those 3 layers, like bronze, silver and gold, we will use a medallion architecture, and everything will be covered in that 3 days of videos. Okay, so I'll divide the parts. First I'll create video for the raw layer, like all the raw data loading from the on-premises files or database using pipelines, the raw pipelines in the bronze layer. The second will be the stage. The second video will be focusing on the stage layer, which is silver layer. We will create pipelines for the transforming data from raw to fact stage and dimension stage tables. Okay, and in the final video, what we will do, we will create pipelines for stage to mart, and then finally we will create a dashboard here. Okay, so that you can also create and you can add it in your portfolio, or you can mention it in your resume. That will be helpful for you to crack a interview. So thanks everyone. Thanks for joining today's session. Thank you. Bye bye.